opposition members are shouting and jeering and heckling and, in your own case, filming in the Dáil chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. No regrets on that move?
Absolutely not. I mean, this is about our ability to hold the government to account. It's not some separate issue from the housing crisis, from the genocide that's happening in Palestine. Like, these are issues that we raise day in, day out, and the government, quite deliberately, is restricting our ability to do that. So yesterday, in Taoiseach's questions, for example, I raised the horrendous treatment of the Mothers Against Genocide. They were arrested, they were strip searched, cavity searched by the Gardaí.
That's disputed. There's a report underway, but I accept the point you make.
But the point, I raised that, as did Richard Boyd Barrett, as did Ruth Coppinger, in a slot called Taoiseach's questions. That has now been halved. That's an opportunity for us. We also raised the housing crisis there. We raised the government giving up on their climate promises, giving up on the climate law in reality. And so this is about our ability to do those things.
But the broader argument of how you do it really is what I'm getting at. And I know we don't make decisions wisely very often in the heat of the moment. And I guess what I'm asking you is, any regrets whatsoever about taking the phone out and waving it around?
Oh, I didn't wave it around. I didn't wave it around.
Okay,
I filmed people having protest in the Dáil when the Dáil was suspended. No regrets at all. This is the cult of civility, which suggests that the real problem is people shouting, as opposed to the government, like, allowing weapons to go through Irish airspace more and more than ever to go to assist the genocide that is happening in Gaza. This is the cult of civility that says the problem is us shouting, as opposed to the homelessness crisis has gotten worse and worse and worse. Every single, 4,500 children woke up at emergency accommodation
today. The point I'm making is how you go about your business.
And that's the point I'm making back to you.
You were name-checked in relation to Joan Burton. I don't know how you felt about that. The Taoiseach made that point yesterday in the context of this shift to a much more aggressive, obstructionist style of opposition politics. Now, do you accept that it's time to maybe take a slightly more moderate stance?
I think the government should step back. I think the Ceann Comhairle should resign. I think what she did last week was incredible. All the rules were broken last week. They really were. She didn't call a vote after a vote was called for. She ran through the standing orders when actually amendment had been put. She scrapped the whole agenda, right? So what happened was incredible.
The report on the matter doesn't concur with that view.
And the clerk's report is completely inaccurate. People can go and watch the video themselves. But for me, I think the real crimes that are happening in our society are not people shouting in the Dáil or whatever. It's the fact that children are waking up homeless. It's the fact that we're facilitating a genocide. It's the fact that we're going to allow massive investment in fossil fuel infrastructure when we're facing a climate crisis, ignoring all the evidence of the science, ignoring our own laws on it.
Facilitating a genocide. I'm struck when the Taoiseach Cormac mentioned this need, as he sought to go back to a less extreme form of debate. It doesn't look like we're going to see that anytime soon, does it?
It doesn't really. I mean,